Hello everyone and welcome back to Crick Zenify. So an entertaining day three is what I can tell that where the very second over Mohammad Siraj removed both Joe Root and Ben Stokes in back-to-back deliveries, and when all the Indian fans thought that yes, India might well put in a follow on England, it was Jamie Smith and Harry Brook who had completely different plans, and what we saw after that was absolute carnage. And as I mentioned in the description as well, it was the peak of new test cricket era. The way test cricket is being played around the world, we saw the peak, the madness of it. The way Jamie Smith especially batted, I mean, he got to his 100 in just 80 balls. And well, if we would have seen it in an ODI match, we would have said that it was a good 100. But if we see it in test matches, we must say that it is an exceptional and it is an amazing 100. And I mean, Jamie Smith is also still in starting of his career, and he's proving out to be a very good find for England. The wicketkeeper spot, which was empty, which was being fulfilled by Duckett. Now, with Jamie Smith coming in and being that lower middle order batsman for England, and yes, he is doing his role pretty well. And about Harry Brook, we all know he's being regarded as the future of the Fab Four as well from England. So yes, we will discuss, and obviously we have Selva with us to discuss on all of these aspects, and we'll also look at what happened in the Indian women's T20 as well in the third match, a chase which was in India's hands. They just let it away go down, and yes, we'll discuss about all of these aspects. So, Selva, yes, firstly tell us what exactly happened on day three. Something very exceptional and something
Uh,
that we are not used to seeing in Test cricket.
so it was not a test cricket. Each session was like a 20 over death over match. Death overs, 20 overs death over. They were playing like initially like India put them in a back foot. Like yesterday also they were got nicely like the 3 wickets like where they couldn't
Hmm.
able to withstand the bowling of Akashdeep and Siraj. They were typically different from what England did. Their line and length were good, and the ball was seaming and swinging here and there. A bit of things were happening yesterday. The same effort happened today, like the day three morning as well. So 80 for 5. So the whole Indian fans and everyone thought it's going to be the end of England, where England will be put again into bat. And what
Hmm.
happened? It's a completely different story. Like it's just like taking a pen and paper, writing in a note like this is what we can change. Like racing with the rubber, and then he's changed everything completely. Came into bat in a hat trick ball against
Yes.
Siraj. The first ball was a glorious like off drive. So it went for four. From there on, he started his acceleration. He didn't see any bowler. Who were the bowlers? He started to hit them. Kind of a baby doesn't know whether it's a elder one or a younger one. We don't know, right? Like how a kid
Yes.
will
Yes.
play with
Hmm.
difficulties. Like that, he went hard. Like every shot was too beautiful, too good. And I feel India has missed a trick over here. Was they started to bowl too short against him. Like how they pick wicket in Leeds. India got his wicket through a short ball in Leeds. Right, the same way they started the strategy with Prasidh Krishna, which made costly in the end. He started to hit sixes with those short ball, trying to score boundaries with that, which went. And we saw Harry Brook was struggling initially before Jay Smith coming and said. And once Smith come inside, like automatically the pressure started to transfer towards Indian bowling unit where Brook started to score freely against, and he also started to build a partnership. So with Jamie Smith's impact, Harry Brook also started to score runs, which took him to another century. Okay, 21 match, he has scored 9 centuries, like which is very less time period. He scored 9 centuries, and his average is above 60 now in Test cricket. And Jamie Smith was also around 40s. With this score, his score has been increased to 53. Or like, they both have played brilliantly and try to took game from India, but it didn't happen with the new ball patch. So it's completely a great batting display. How a Test cricket has to be played, how a team which is in backward should come forward. And Jamie Smith is keep on proving that proved that he is a three format player. I can play T20, ODI, and test in one this single innings. In one single innings, he proved I can be a spot for everywhere. So I don't know about other keepers who are trying to get in or cash inside England team. He has just totally closed every doors because we saw Ben Stokes, like we had Butler over there, And they tried with Butler, they tried with Ben Folks, and they tried with many people over there. But Jamie Smith came and said he took a place against India series and he shattered everything towards him in
Yes, and
India.
another aspect that adds to it as well is that Jamie Smith is very young, and the way he's playing, if he maintains his fitness very well, definitely we can see him becoming another legend for England cricket in Test cricket as well. And we saw the glimpses of that. Well, one discussion out there is that it was a flat pitch, but everything said and done, no matter what pitch it is, at the end of the day, if your technique is right, you can score on any kind of a pitch. Yes, being a flat pitch definitely gives advantage to the batters, but we also saw that other batters also, there were six ducks in their innings, and after, if you take out Brook and Jamie Smith, the highest score was by Joe Root, which was 22. So if it was a flat wicket, what happened to other batters? They also couldn't score. So that
Yeah,
just tells about the pedigree of a particular batsman, that no matter what kind of pitch it is, if your technique is right, if you have that mindset of scoring, you will definitely go out there and score those runs as well. But on the other hand, definitely not taking away the hard work put in by our Indian bowlers, especially if you see Siraj and Akashdeep. I mean, they were absolutely brilliant. Prasidh Krishna, I mean, towards his second spell, he made a very good comeback where his economy was somewhere around 8. I think he bowled maidens and he started bowling those tight spells. And now, if you see his
he is
economy, it was 5. Yes.
he started to bowl first maiden of that match. He started to bowl the first maiden in that match in that
Mm,
innings. So he bowled the first maiden over, and then they started. It happens to Prasidh Krishna. How you mentioned, he started to come back in a good spell, but his line and length has to be varied. So he's a very, what I say, skiddy kind of bowler. Whereas a back of length will be good, but a full length or a thing, he's not a swing bowler. He's a hard
yes.
hit the deck hard kind of bowler he is. So we have seen him in Australia and all, like how he will come and hit the deck hard where they will be struggling. But here it's a flat track where it doesn't support any kind of bowlers who are
Mm,
bowling short. We have seen like England team also trying the same technique to get rid of Indian batters, but they failed. So the things happen over here and there, but it was actually a good bowling part. And more importantly, like fast bowlers are the one who took 10 wickets.
yes, yes.
That's the major thing we have to see here. They said like this on the day three they did like the two fast bowlers. It's how it means four players have changed the match completely. Two batsmen and two bowlers changed the match balance of the match completely. It's kind of a two
Mm,
individual players made a team game look very much pretty simple, kind of that. And I want to add one point over here. Like
yes,
Jamie
yes.
Smith came under a pressure situation where nobody can withstand over it. Pressure
Mm,
situation, they will try to defend or they will try to push it or let's save our wickets, save our team kind of. But he didn't do that. The instruction from baseball is a kind of game they play aggressive cricket, but he executed it very well. Whatever the situation, I'm going to do my game. This is our game. They showed to the world how it has to be played.
yes, I think there was a very good tweet made by P Dog as well, that if there is any particular team in the world who can make a test match interesting after being 85 for 5 and your opponent scoring about 500 runs, it could only be England. And they proved it right as well with the way they have been playing. But again, coming back to, you mentioned it very rightly about Prasidh Krishna as well. In my opinion, I feel that when India comes out to bowl in the fourth innings, it will definitely be a do or die kind of an spell for Prasidh Krishna, because if he doesn't do right, it will be very difficult again for him to make a comeback. It should be something like how Karun made a comeback. Prasidh Krishna might actually should make a comeback in those lines if the fourth innings doesn't go well. What do you think, Selva, about it?
It's absolutely true. So the next match is in Lords. You know about
Mm.
Lords, like definitely Bumrah will be coming in. So if a situation clash comes in, like whether we need to pick Prasidh Krishna or any one of the, like they won't keep Siraj out. Whether it's Akashdeep or Prasidh Krishna, means they will be definitely going with Akashdeep.
Akashdeep.
Why? Because he proved his sense, and Akashdeep was an interesting addition to the team. Why? Because the whole cricketing world was expecting Akshdeep Singh to come inside. So,
Hmm.
but the team India made a correction towards the sentence making. Like he has bowled well in Australia. He was good in bowling Australia. His line and lengths were good. He did some kind of things, and they thought of seeing Akashdeep as a replacement for Semi because both are similar kind of bowlers. They will be
bowlers.
bowling in the seams. If the seam is making some kind of change, like tricks and tips, batsman will be in trouble. How we saw Oli Pope's wicket, he was trying the ball will be coming inside. He played a straight on drive kind of thing, but the ball went with the line and it got an edge and it went to slip. So kind of that bowler. So we can't keep him out. So exactly Prasid Krishna will be going out. But second innings, the fourth innings will be only for spinners as we see. So the wickets are slow. Here and there we can able to see some turns if the rough patches are coming high. So we can see Jadeja and Washington Sundar into act, but mainly with the new ball there will be two main players who will be coming into act as Siraj and Akashdeep. So the mainly depend on new ball. Only the match will be decided. If the match results will be divided, like first 20 overs are the main area of where match will be decided. Why? Because as we saw, a new ball taken, we got wickets
Wickets.
day two the final session and day three the first sessions, and also in day three when new ball arrived these two were more dangerous by
Hmm.
taking wickets. The same will be happening first 20 over of this England batting, like while England is batting first 20 overs will be the crucial part where wickets have to come. If not, we know what will happen. We saw it.
Yes, I think that is where, it brings in the point that today somehow India should, go at a run rate of about, let's say, 4 runs and over, try to bat the complete day, and if not, at least till tea, that is, a tea, or at least till the last drinks break that we can have in the day, and then put England into bat with a target of, let's say, somewhere around 500. So that is where England will also feel a bit of pressure, but again, not taking away the fact that they would not back down. They would obviously go for the target, because as they always mention, they are not looking for a draw. They are happy with the win, or they're happy with the loss, but they will not play for draw, and that is what is shown in their game as well. We also have a question from one of our viewers that, heading into the next match in Lords, what about, would, bringing in someone like a Kuldeep or Arshdeep can be an option?
No, I think so. They won't be going with this changes. I feel they're like the team is set. They know who are all performing. Like if one change is coming in means it will be Rashid going out, Bumrah will be coming in. This will be the changes will be made. And they are saying the Indian team is rating Nitish Kumar Reddy very highly rated player. We can able to see. Like even if Ashwin is also telling that while I was in the team, like Indian dressing room and Indian management is treating Nitish Kumar Reddy very highly rated player. So they will try to make him play the Test cricket. Why? Because when Hardik Pandya was there, you can see in the England series also he provided some kind of face like
Balance, yes.
balance in the team. So same the things they are expecting. Like we got it with Ashwin and Jadeja in our part. They used to bat sometimes, bowl kind of balance was provided in the lower order part, but which was very much missing after uh, Ashwin's disappearance. So these kinds of things will be settled over here because he can bowl. He won't bowl much overs, but he can give some kind of rest to your fast bowlers around bowling 6 or 7 overs in a continuous trot. That's it. Not more than that. They will be trying to make him play the test match at Lords. Kuldeep and Arship, not a chance because the bowlers have been proved in a flat kind of wicket itself. They have proved Akashdeep and Siraj has proved their
Siraj.
things right. So it will happen. So obviously you can't keep Bumrah. So it's not a chance for
Yes.
Kuldeep as well. It's a very harsh decision for them.
Yes, I think you brought in that point rightly, that Ashwin and Jadeja, they held that lower middle order for a very long time for India. And obviously when we, when we started, especially under Virat's captaincy, when we saw that, post the 2018, we saw that Ashwin used to be benched so that they could play another fast bowling all rounder. So when Hardik Pandya was there, the switch was very easy for them. But when, once Hardik Pandya's fitness issues came in, when it was said that, for him playing test cricket would be difficult with the kind of fitness issues that he had. After that, we haven't been able to find, a proper role there who could fit in. Shardul Thakur was there for some period, and for him it is always a hit and a miss. If he clicks, he's like the beast in that particular format, and if he doesn't, he's, you can say that he is the worst performer out there. But again, when we come to the replacement, Nitish Kumar Reddy brought in some hope, especially in the Australia series. We saw him that with the bat also he scored 100, and even with the ball he was great. And yesterday also we saw that his economy rate was not so high as well. It was pretty much in a decent rate when we compared to other bowlers who were bowling. So I think treating him at that particular level at a very young career speaks volumes about how much trust they have shown in him. Now it is all upon Nitish Kumar Reddy that he pays off that faith, and he becomes the next big all-rounder for India, especially a fast bowling all-rounder for India in Test cricket, because that is the need of the hour for Indian Test team to provide that stability in the team, especially when we are going overseas in Sena countries, where fast bowling is gets more help as compared to the spinners as well. So now Silva
One
moving
more
ahead.
point, like our
Yes.
subscriber has asked about Kuldeep, right? I will go. I would have
Yes, yes.
gone with Kuldeep this match. Why?
Hmm.
Because you have taken Nitish Kumar Reddy and Washington. Both are a good batter. What I have done was I will made a decision between these two and I have brought in Kuldeep Yadav. Why? Because when we are trying to cash in for a wicket at that time, Kuldeep Yadav would have picked some wickets like where England were batting so well in the first session with the old ball. There might be some kind of one or two wickets picked means like the bat lower order will be opened out, right? One wicket in one end.
Yes,
How we
yes.
saw once Brook wicket was fallen,
Got out.
the other end was like within 20 runs, six wickets. We can't imagine, right? It's a kind of
Hmm.
pack coming down kind of things has happened towards to England. So Kuldeep Yadav would have played a major role in the match. So let's see. Based on the results only, they will be picking. I feel like Kuldeep Yadav should have played
Yes,
in this
yes.
match.
I think maybe, as you mentioned, I would have probably brought in Nitish Kumar Reddy, and instead of Sundar, I would have gone in with Kuldeep Yadav.
Uh-huh. I would have gone with Sundar as well as Kuldeep. I would have kept Nitish Reddy out. Why? Because already you are having pace bowlers. Three pace bowlers
Hmm.
you are having, right? So this track is helping you with spinners as well. So Washington Sundar can bowl spin. Jadeja is there. What to say? Kuldeep will
Kuldeep.
be three spinners, three face bowlers. You can make your ends and you can create a good balance around. If one spinner caught hit, also you can put two spinners at the end. You can try to screw up them, right? So kind of that would have been
Hmm.
happened over because Nitish didn't score a good score in first innings. So whereas Washington Sundar came into pressure, he tried to stick in over there and he tried to score runs. When compared to that, we can make because Nitish Reddy was not in a good IPL form, whereas Washington Sundar was in a good IPL form. He scored in the last match around 43 or 45 in just 24 deliveries. He scored against Mumbai, I think so.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
he's coming with a good form.
Hmm. So yes, very well mentioned that Sundar also is a very underrated batsman. Also, as you can say that people talk mostly about his spin bowling abilities and then the way he bowls, but his batting always goes underrated. And whenever India has needed him in pressure situation, he has always stepped up for them, even with the bat. We saw it in
In
the Gaba
Australia,
Test match as well.
yes,
Yes, the
exactly.
Gaba Test match, and then we saw it, in on day two as well when there were when Shubman needed partners who could stay with him, Sundar did that job very well. So yes, Silva. Now moving ahead, what do you think should be the approach for India heading into day four?
No, I have asked me a lot. I want to ask you, what do you think about Siraj? Compare like first match and this match. What is the difference? Why a sudden drastic change in him? Like suddenly he's saying kind of a different bowler. Why?
Well,
What's
you
your
see,
thoughts?
when it comes to the first test match also, if we see, Siraj was bowling very well, but somewhere we say that luck has to be on your side sometimes, and that wasn't pretty much there. There were many close chances that came in, half chances or near hit and miss, but Siraj was bowling actually very well in the first test match, but it was just that he couldn't get the wickets. But come to the second test match, you see him picking up 6 wickets, and Siraj is that kind of a bowler. When he gets in that role, when he's made the leader of the pace attack, he just brings out the best out of him. And we saw it even in the Kaba test match as well. Totally inexperienced bowling lineup, and the most experienced man out there was Mohammad Siraj, who had made his debut in that particular series, who had played just 3 matches. So when he gets in that kind of a leadership role, when he is given full freedom, you go and do. I just want you to bowl. You are my main bowler. I want you to go out there, pick wickets. That is when Siraj brings out the best out of him. We saw it even in the test match in South Africa as well, where in one innings he picked up 6 wickets out there. I mean, obviously, it was a pitch where it favored the bowlers pretty much. But obviously, again, as we mentioned, previously when we were talking about the flat wicket and how Jamie Smith and Harry Brook played, and other batsmen just could not get the start. So it is important that beat a bowler or a batsman. If the pitch is favoring you, you should also have that skill set, to get the wickets or get the batsman out. You should bowl to your field, and that is what Siraj did perfectly well yesterday. He was the leader of the pace attack. And if you look at Siraj as well, a lot of trolls come in for him because of his aggression, or because of the way he just carries himself. But that is what a fast bowler should be, in my opinion, always in the face, and that is what brings out the best out of fast bowlers in Test cricket. You
You
see the
know from
greats.
where he comes, right? You know
Yes, I
where
mean,
from
because the
which.
great man backed him so much, his superhero backed him so much, and he's carried that. And I actually feel he should carry that legacy forward. Even the budding youngsters, especially in Test cricket, and when you go into overseas conditions, well, now it is such that Indian fans are traveling everywhere, and you have that 50-50 kind of a support. But previously and all, if you're going on overseas tour, the crowd also used to be in your face, and crowd plays a very huge role. And when you have bowlers like Siraj who bring in that aggression and who are into the batsman's face every time, such bowlers are required to make the Test cricket interesting. And just the trolls that whenever he goes, he sledges a batsman. People are like, "Why is he doing? He cannot bowl properly." I mean, come on, that is what makes Test cricket interesting. You just cannot have the bowler comes, he bowls six balls, the batsman is just defending, or he hits a four, finish the over and go away. No, if
That too
you
against England, it's not possible.
Exactly. And in England's home ground, where the crowd is always enthusiastic and the crowd is known to come in large numbers for Test cricket. And in such places, you need to have bowlers like Siraj. We had seen it with the greats of Australia, or even with England, when Australia had someone like Mitchell Johnson. Even now they have Mitchell Stark, Pat Cummins, Josh Hazelwood. After every delivery, they are into your face. They are always chirping something, just to deviate your attention. We saw it with Jimmy Anderson as well, Stuart Broad as well. Why did they become greats? Because apart from the line and length they bowled, apart from their bowling, they played those mind games as well with their sledging. And that is very much important, is what I would say. Well, Siraj, again, I would not say he's still a very complete bowler. He has to work on a lot of things. But at this point in time, he's our when Bumrah is not there, he's the workhorse. He and since the time he's made his debut, and he's just played all the three formats. He's touchwood, he's not had so many fitness issues, and he's been playing continuously. I think there was only one particular series, a Champions Trophy. He was told that he's dropped from the team. He felt very bad about it, and then that was his rest period. And even before that, there was one particular series where he was rested. So apart from that, if you look at it, he's been there in every particular series, be it white ball or red ball. So that is the kind of player that Siraj is, and I just hope that he continues playing in that aggressive fashion that he has, not listens to the trolls out there, or not listens to what people are talking about him and the way he sledges people. Just concentrate on his bowling, and he could be the next big thing for Indian fast bowling in Test cricket.
I have interesting facts for our viewers. What it is
Yes.
means, when Siraj and Bumrah are playing together, like Siraj has taken 69 wickets. Okay, when Bumrah is not with him, he has picked 39 wickets.
Hmm.
Okay, when Siraj and Bumrah are playing together, Siraj has only one 5-4. Okay, when Bumrah is not with him, his 5-4 is around 3 5-4s he have taken. His average is also too good. His economy is also 3 point. That's it. That's the range. And when he's playing without playing with these two people, like when playing with Bumrah, his average is around 33. And when he's playing with Shami, his average is around 33. When he's not playing with these two people in last 12 matches, if we take, his average is around 22.7,
Hmm.
which is remarkably, like, how we can see, right, how a fast bowler can have 22 average. Okay, so the same thing, like, he is the next powerhouse for India. When Bumrah is getting retired from red ball cricket, he is the one who has to step up as a respectable fast bowler. He's also crossed his 100 wicket mark in yesterday's
Hmm.
match, and he's also having 5 wickets all in major countries like West Indies, it's Australia,
Australia as well.
South Africa, and England. One pending thing is it's around New Zealand. soon he will be
which
getting
they'll do
cashing in.
this year. Yes.
Yeah, he will be cashing in that as well. So he's a very good fast bowler. His aggressions are the only main thing where he has to go. When compared to last Headingley like match in this Edgbaston test, like only two things difference from Indian bowling point of view. We have got some stats for that. Like what it is means, they have been bowling around 42 percentage in the what to say a short ball kind of length in different channels length. They started to reduce it to 39 kind of it, so 33 point something. So with that, the difference has been shown in this match, and more number of we can see it over here. So the ball channel in Headingley, first test match and the second test match, we see it's happening. In Birmingham, the stump line, see, so they have worked on the flat track how we need to bowl.
Mm.
Example of how we should bowl in flat track, hit the stumps. Like his deliveries, if you see, like we are also having a delivery part. Like around 26 wickets has been balls has been hitting the stumps, out of which three he got LPW and bowl. So which is remarkable from his side. And he has made a batsman to play 26 fall shots, and in which six wickets he has got. But
Yes,
in
we have
Headingley
this
test,
stats here.
in Headingley, if we go, he has made 69 fall shots. Only two wickets he has got. So we can see a difference out of it if we go previous graphs.
Mm.
So this is what happening over here with Siraj. Minute changes can change a game completely, totally different. So that's what he has shown as a fast bowler. Like he is leading as an example to everyone now, right now in the team in this attack when Bumrah is
Yes,
not there.
yes, where everywhere there are slogans that we believe in only Jesse Bhai. Siraj is also coming in. You have to believe in Mia Bhai as well, because when Bumrah is not there, it is my time, and I am the leader of the attack, and I will lead it from the front. I will walk the talk, and that is what he's been doing in Test cricket. And we hope that as the similar form of Siraj continues even in the fourth innings as well, when India comes into bowl, so that India wins the match and they head into Lords with the scoreline of 1-1. And yes, so Selva, I think now moving on to the
Now,
T20 match. Yes,
one thing.
yes.
What are your suggestion whether India will win or lose, or it will be a draw match? So what is final? What say?
Well, I feel that
What is the
uh,
score India should post and
scoreline, India should cross somewhere around 500 at least to win this match, because they already have a lead of somewhat 260 something, and they have to cross that 500 mark to at least win this match, because I feel anything less than let's say even 450 also, England will definitely win this match, no doubt about it, because with the kind of pitch it is there, definitely England are going to win it. And the India scoreline should be above 450. 450 is the minimum score that I'm telling, but after that my preference would be above 500. If India crosses 500 mark, India is definitely winning this test match, and no doubt about it as well.
got it?
So now, yes, now we'll be moving ahead to the T20 match that we saw, the third T20I between England women and India women. So first two matches completely dominated by India. In the first one, where Smriti Mandana was the captain, she scored a brilliant century, became the first Indian woman batter to bring up centuries in all the three formats. And after that, in the second match, also we saw that after the openers got out early, Jemima and Amanjot Kaur played really well. Amanjot Kaur, another very good all-rounder who's coming in for the Indian colours as well. She picked up a wicket. She also got the man of the match for her performances. And now coming into the third match, I mean, it was a similar situation for both India and England. We saw that both the openers played really, really well. And once the openers got out, it was a collapse from all
Hmm.
the other batsmen. So, well, Selva, the chase was pretty much in the hands of the Indian women team. They needed about 57 runs in just 8 overs. And while it looked that India would easily chase it, they end up losing by 5 runs. So, what exactly do you think went wrong for them?
We have been speaking about middle order from the first match. So last game, like there was contribution from Jemima and another batter. So
Amanjot
if
Kaur,
they
yes.
amount of so they failed means like again the same thing is happening over in this match as well. So
Hmm.
and like we have seen England, so they have been losing this match, but in this venue, which the last match has happened, 30-20, like they haven't lost any matches, three out of three they were there. So they were in a situation of completely winning it. Why? Because the total morale of the team was down. So like the major player was with an injury as well. Many of the issues were there, so we want to win it. So there came the two openers who stepped out exceptionally well and played a game. And after that, we saw middle order were like zeros in single digits, so we can't able to blame. But
Hmm.
India bowled well. They tried to pull the game back by getting the wickets out. And when we come to Indian batting, the same happened. So they have to wait patiently and they have to play a smooth game, but which didn't happen over there. And there were lots of I want to blame India over the fielding part when they were bowling the first innings. So they lost many catches as well when the England openers, whether one was on 43 and one was on 17. So at the time they lost, they were dropped by our fielders Jemima and Charini. So with that chances they've proved why they are good batters. Even one chance
Hmm.
can give a good batter a chance to score big runs. That's what they did and that's what they took. So that's the major mistake. If that wicket has been lost, India would have been around in 150s. The score target will be in 150s or 140s kind of. It will be a very much easy chase for them to get into this game. So I feel the fielding again plays a major role in this part as well. Same way, England also dropped the wickets, like catches of our Indian women's as well. But still, they try to able to pull it back and win the game. So,
But one talking point that I felt that it was very good to see Shefali Verma coming, playing her natural game, because we have known that since the time she made her debut, the kind of aggressiveness she brought into the Indian batting, be it in any format, Test, T20 or ODIs, somewhere in the last 2 years it was missing, and she was dropped from the team as well after her women's Premier League performances. She was again called back into the team. Did not have great first two matches, but yesterday she batted brilliantly, missed out on a well-deserved 50, but at a strike rate of 188, I think she complemented Smriti Mandhana very well out there. Yes, I think heading into the women's, well, this year we have the Women's ODI World Cup as well. So before that, obviously, very good practice that Indian team is getting, and obviously the chances of Indian women's team even for the next year's T20I World Cup is looking great, because the template at which they are playing is pretty much good, and we saw the display of it in the first two matches also. And especially the second match is where I would like to say, when your two very good batters got out, that is when the middle order stepped in and
uh,
they played really well out there. Yes,
the
sir.
same should have been happened this match as well.
This match also,
The
yes.
platform was laid completely well. Perfect platform was laid for the middle order batters, but they didn't able to cash in with
Hmm.
the England bowling lineup. So there were both the side there were mistakes and hiccups, but at last England wins. Like I thought, like Harmanpreet Kaur was in the crease. We know he's a good finisher in women's cricket. He can finish
Yes.
innings solidly. So one ball, 6 runs to win. We thought like she will be going for a six and it will be completed in a way, but it happens right every time. One batter can't step up and can't close the game.
Hmm.
It's a team match. Team all players have to one unitedly contribute against. And talking about like our spinners, Deepti Sharma, Charini, like they were stepping out very well against the middle order of England team. Once the top order has been dismantled, they try to take. They both of them were in on hat trick part as well. They both were
Hmm.
on an hat trick thing which they missed. But one thing I love about England was they started to attack Charini.
Charini, yes.
They
First two
didn't let
matches we didn't see it as much because Charini bowled really well. This match they attacked her, and I think that is where they got the momentum right.
exactly. They don't want to make her settle into her line and lens. So if she's
Hmm.
getting settled into a line and lens, she's keep on bowling and troubling the batters. But making her like playing against her in an aggressive way makes good for a T20 kind of matches, right? So how we saw in England also, England India Test match, the same kind of aggression they showed there as well. The England
Yes,
women
yes.
batters. So because even though she also took two wickets, it's very much respectable towards her. He's wickets column and the highest wickets in this series as well. So she is will be among the raider towards in the England dressing room anytime at
Hmm.
till the series comes. Also the World Cup also she'll be definitely playing that time. Also the whole other team setups will be looking in towards the Indian team with this kind of spin bowling because we can't expect the great like upon other country players to play spin when it comes to subcontinent players, right? Whether it's India, Sri Lanka, Bangladesh, or Pakistan, these four countries will be playing good spin. So as we are
Yes,
coming
yes.
from subcontinent, others are won't be. So they will be finding to find a trick against these two players to get some kind of relief. So I feel these are the two players will be troubling them.
Yes, a very good find from WPL this year, and it was Charini. Very she has that knack of picking up the wickets as well, and definitely a very good prospect going ahead for India in the future as well. Well, again, it was a thriller of a match, and one such match is bound to happen in a series. Where because you win some, you lose some, and somewhere this kind of loss definitely helps India to again look at what were the things that went wrong for them, especially the fielding aspect, because we
Uh,
have seen around the
exactly.
world, especially this year, I'm seeing it, be it the test match that we had, even the IPL, and even the matches before that we had this year, the catching
Exactly.
efficiency from teams have been very, very low, and that is something that teams have to look after.
Not only this, Australia versus West Indies, there are also like
Hmm.
lots of drop catches are happening. I want to mention when you tell about fielding, I want to mention the second match T20 against England, their fielding was brilliant. There were three runouts, which was perfectly brilliant, which made like England like they dismantled England just like that. They didn't pick wickets, but they are fire in the fielding, so which made to
Hmm.
lose their openers as well frequently. So the same fielding standard as is expected in the upcoming matches as well. So
Yes, I think that line perfectly fit that, catches win you matches,
match.
and that lines always hold true. Certain lines are like that, and you also have certain lines like, if batsmen bring you sponsors, bowlers win you tournaments, and we have seen it, across the world, across different tournaments as well. If your bowling lineup is very good, that is when you go ahead and win the tournament as well. So, Selva, I think a very good session that we had today, discussing about
Yeah,
the test match as well as the T20I series as well, the T20 match obviously, and hoping that India put on a very good score, and we have very good India in very good situation heading into day 5 hopefully.
I
And
hope.
yes, Selva, you
I
if you
hope
would
we'll.
conclude it for us.
I hope we break that 7-0 streak, and we are getting. We. I hope we breach the fortress of Edgbaston. I feel that because, like, we have created lots of records by Shubman Gill in the first innings. So the second innings, James Smith has created records. I think India is going to create a record at Edgbaston after winning. So it has to be
Yes,
done.
hoping for the best, hoping for the best, and as the commentators mentioned, also, it looks like it could rain tomorrow as well on day 5. So that would also be a concern that both England and India would be looking after. So yes, thank you everyone for joining in. Thank you, Selva, for joining in as well. A very good discussion that we had, and hopefully when we are bringing out the review of day 4 tomorrow, hopefully we'll have smile on our faces where India is in a pretty
True.
much comfortable position as well. So yes, thank you everyone for joining in. Please do subscribe to Crick Zenify, do like our videos, and also follow us on Instagram as well, because there are stats, there are those data sets that you get from our very good team who are working at backend, who give you all those data sets and those graphs, which helps you make the technical aspect of cricket also easier to understand. So do follow us on Crick Zenify as well, and thank you everyone for joining in. That is it for today.
Thank you, guys. Bye.